attention please, your attention please, your attention please. We go live from Brazil with Bobby D.
OneGunn show is gonna be on tonight. We're getting down. It's gonna be hot.
Maybe a good one.
Gonna make you hot. Gonna make you hot. Gonna make you hot. Listen, you feel it in your back, your stomach and face, all around your waist. I don't care about anything much, but I cry over you. I'd cry if I knew. I know you think it's kinda strange coming from me, but it's long overdue. What would I do without you? Darling, can I talk to you? I just want to do the do. May sound crazy, crazy, baby, but these things I say are true. Come on, baby, to the line. Open up your heart and mind. I see greatness, secret, baby, that's true. What up? Or do you wanna get down? What up? Or do you wanna get down?
All right, welcome to the live stream. Bobby D here, live from TGWN Studio in Brazil, and we have the man coming in a moment. And if you're on his YouTube channel, you know exactly what we're talking about, OneGunn. But on the flip side, if you're on the Facebook, you're floating around the internet, you're catching the live stream of the video archive, and you have no idea who this world-class entertainer is all about. He's a funk R&B recording artist. He comes from the band MAZARATI out of Minneapolis, a group signed and produced by the late artist Prince. He's been fortunate enough to be part of several #1 hits, including Prince's well-known Kiss, and we are going to talk about that tonight. Fascinating stories about that track. He also was co-lead with vocalist Paula Abdul on Opposites Attract, and vocalist on Just the Way That You Love and other tracks, and we'll talk about that as well tonight. So here with us this evening on Bobby D Live, the man himself, and he is from Minneapolis tonight. No, Phoenix!
Back in Phoenix.
Bro, I don't know what's in your coffee. You were in Minneapolis yesterday. You are in Phoenix today. You're getting ready for a performance of a lifetime on Saturday, May the 8th, in 2 days, and we're here to talk about it. So what do you put in your caffeine, bro?
Oh man, you gotta get that Starbucks coffee in the morning. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Gotta give them their props.
You do drink that stuff.
Yeah, man. That's how I start my day. Water and coffee. Water, coffee, water, coffee. You know how that is.
Well, you're smart. So the water, the hydration. So cool, so cool. So, hey, before we get into the music part, I want to get into, I want to get into your head. I want to know about what you are all about. And we'll talk about the music a little later, but I want to talk about your life a little bit. And what is it like in your world from the time you get up in the morning till the time you put your head on the pillow at night?
Man, when you're always chasing the rabbit, you get up and you look at your phone, right? I get up, I get my coffee and water, I turn on CNBC. I'm checking things out there. I'm returning phone calls, and then I'm wondering what I have on the music palette for the day. And I have a pretty busy day. I'm in real estate, so I check on my properties and um, trying to decide when I'm going to be in Phoenix, when I'm going to Minneapolis. So my days are pretty consistent. Of course, I like to get some exercise in no matter what I do. When I'm out here in Phoenix, I hike the mountains, I bike ride, try to swim when I can. I even play tennis, Bobby. So, I do it all, man.
Cool. Phew. I used to play a lot of tennis, but I wouldn't take you on. I think I'm too rusty for that. But yeah, caught your Facebook Live the other day. You were on Camelback doing a little hike. The video stream live Facebook was amazing.
And as I said later, right after I filmed that, I fell. Boom. The lump's going down on my elbow, but first time I fell in the mountains, it was crazy, and I took a pretty hard fall, but because I had a backpack on, I had water, and then I had a jacket attached to the back. It literally scraped my elbow, scraped my knee, but my back was resilient. I survived.
You had your parachute, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. I think it opened up, man. I was so no sharp rocks in the area. It was, I was like, man, did that just happen? Never fell, but
wow,
first time for everything.
No major injury. Thank God for that. And we have the Wolf Man tuning in. And we have someone by Ed Video saying hello. So just thought we'd put a few shout outs. He's up early. Bro in France, right? We'll talk about him. We wanted to talk behind his back, didn't we? Now he's here.
But he's online. Don't say anything.
What are we going to say now? Jeez. I hate that when that happens. All right. Your music career is fascinating, and you were associated with the iconic late Prince, and tell us how that all came about, how that happened.
Well, as the story goes, I moved from Milwaukee based on running into Terry Lewis, who was with the time, now the part of the famous duo, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. But we ran into him after a Prince show, and he looked at me and my buddy, who I actually moved to Minneapolis with, and said I wanted to do something with you guys. And we never saw him again, Bobby. But my buddy ran into Brown Mark. He was playing bass for Prince at the time, and at that time as well, Mark was putting a group together called MAZARATI, and somehow they lost a guitar player. My buddy Tony, who's in that video you showed earlier, got in the band, and at the same time, and this is their early stage, like the bar band stage, and they lost the keyboard player, and I was a keyboard player, and next thing you know, we were both in MAZARATI, and it was kind of like the car that was sitting on the blocks without tires, and we were kind of like the tires. Once we got there, the vehicle just ran. We ran that's why they call us Maserati. We ran 100 miles per hour. Couldn't stop us, man.
That's where that came from, so to speak.
Exactly. Yes,
well, I can see that. I can see that based on, the bit of interaction I've had with you for the last several weeks, and we spent a lot of time, and the personality, there's talent, but then there's personality, and there are people that have a lot of talent, no personality, and you appear to have both, so I can see how you drove that like a Maserati, for sure.
Hey,
makes sense.
Like that.
Makes sense. It makes sense.
That.
Yep. No, it's the truth. I only speak my truth as I know it, and a lot of fun. So, so now you're associated with Prince. Obviously, that had an impact on your musical career.
And how that happened was, so Maserati was playing around town, clubs and other venues, and the whole goal was to get signed. I mean, that's how we were designing ourselves. We were putting in, 12 to 15-hour rehearsals a day, and friends and family letting us rehearse in their basements. I'm sure the neighbors enjoyed that. And we were doing a gig one night. It was in the Dakotas. I think it was North or South Dakota, maybe North Dakota, one of my favorite places. And middle of the show, just playing a local club, middle of the show, we got the word that Prince had just signed us. And we were taken back. I mean, the dream came true, right? And what happened was somebody in the band decided, well, let's man, we're celebrating, guys. Let's strip down to our underwear, finish this gig out, and that's what happened. And the next thing you know, we were in the studio working on the album, and it's one of those things that took a long time, and then it just moved fast.
Yeah, so you got in the zone after that experience, and that led you to post Maserati to connect with a cheerleader out of LA, right? And did some work there.
But, I'm sure I had cheerleader, amazing choreographer, and that was post Maserati. We were in the studio working, and a guy by the name of Oliver Lieber came along, heard our music, and somehow we connected. And before Paula, the first thing we did with him was a song called Bright Lights, Big City. I'm sorry, it was in the movie Bright Lights, Big City, a song called Obsessed, Michael J. Fox movie.
Wow.
And, man, we were excited about that, but can you imagine right after that came Paula Abdul? I'm like, the ball just kept rolling.
And you had several recordings with her. Can you tell us a little bit about those tracks and
Yes.
how that went?
Well, what we were doing with Oliver was he was trying to present the tracks, to her and her management team, and so I sang everything in Minneapolis, and the songs were presented, and of course, Opposites Attract, which ended up being a duet that I don't know who insisted on it, but usually my vocal was taken out and she sang the songs. Well, they decided to keep that, and to this day, I'm glad they did. Because that went to #1, and also Forever Your Girl, the title track, went to #1, and we were also on It's Just the Way That You Love Me, which I believe reached #2 in the pop charts. So it was amazing working with her. To me she seemed very shy, but she was very nice to us and easy to get along with, and of course she is who she is today.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we're talking about Paula Abdul for those of you who are may be going back to the days and say, wow, because you refer to her as Paula. 3 big hits. You also happened to do some pretty wild stuff, I'm sure, as an artist, right, over your career. And you alluded to it a little bit, but, G-rated show. What's one of the craziest things that you've actually done, either on stage or backstage or whatever?
Well, I mean that was pretty much it, and the stripping down to our underwear. So I did give that away a little earlier, but
yeah,
one of the other amazing things was should I say amazing, but people would I even saw this on the Dave Chappelle skit, make fun of talk about Prince shooting hoops in high heels, and while we were working on the album out in LA, it was me and my buddy Tony, and we played against Prince, and he said it was Sheila E. I can't remember who, but it was 2-on-2, and this guy was just hitting threes before there were threes. I mean, in high heels, and dribbling, and balling, and of course, I'm like, I'm not gonna be trying to swat his shot or anything, so not attacking him or bumping him or anything like that, but the guy could hit some threes, man. I mean, that was
amazing,
just. Yeah, it was so much fun just to see him in his downtime, behind the scenes.
That's it. Well, you alluded to Paula being a shy person, and it's like Michael Jackson. Like we've all seen interviews of Michael Jackson one time, and he's so shy and he's so soft spoken, but when he's on stage, there's a transformation. I mean,
Yes.
So how are you off stage? Like, what would be the comparison? And when you're on stage, what's your demeanor, personality like?
Well, let's just say I go into OneGunn mode on stage, and I'm pretty. Let's just say that people that know me will say, "That's him. That's the guy we've been hanging out with, and running around with, and having fun with, and going on trips and vacations with." Yeah, I'm pretty. I like to be pretty animated on stage, but it's basically where I come from, And one of the things that I remember Prince saying is, rehearse like you're going to perform. So my rehearsals are a workout. Let's put it like that.
So
And if you
that's
watch
why-
the show on Saturday from wherever you are, you don't have to be here in Phoenix. If you watch
Right.
the show, you'll see. You'll see
Yeah,
some
well, I
stuff.
look forward to it. It's like, we played a clip there just as we came into the show, and there's some energy there, that's for sure. So I'll be tuning in
Yeah.
from Brazil. That's a given for sure.
Yeah.
Past year, you've been busy, through this craziness on planet Earth, but you also recorded a most recent single called Be Cool. Tell us about that a little bit, the gist of it, and then we'll play it for the viewing audience.
Yeah, man, didn't COVID hit us like a sledgehammer? I mean, it was crazy. In my immediate family, a few people got COVID. People pretty close got COVID, but all stayed it off and survived it. And I feel very sad for the people that lost loved ones, and people lost their lives, but COVID gave us an opportunity. Everything was kind of shut down. Live music was shut down. So we decided to, I came out here from Minneapolis. I'm from Milwaukee. I got to say that. But I came out from Minneapolis, where I spent most of my life, moved to Phoenix. And we always had thought to kind of like the snowbird thing, spend the winters in Phoenix and the summers in Minneapolis. Last summer, because of COVID, was the first time we were able to do that. So I drove my truck out to Minneapolis, about 1,600 miles, and so I'd have a vehicle there, and we spent the whole summer there. And man, nothing like it. It's the kind of thing you're like, I wish I could do this all the time.
That's a long haul. Yeah, that's a long haul. It's still, even by plane, I mean, that's what, a 3-hour flight for you, right?
Yeah.
So
well, you know
quite
what?
amazing.
I used to complain about driving 2 hours.
Yeah, but now you can
nothing
relax
now.
but now you can text, right?
2 hours.
Most planes have decent Wi-Fi, right? It's
Yeah.
So it's a new universe for sure. So we'll play that video clip. Be cool.
Oh yeah, be cool.
And then you know what to do, type of thing before. So as we get ready for that, then we're gonna be back in a few minutes after we share that amazing video. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
What's up, cuzzo?
Breaking news. The first death from coronavirus here in the United States.
Conservatives didn't start, homelessness, and liberals didn't cause homelessness.
The House Committee on the Judiciary is introducing 2 articles of impeachment.
Real scare today at a high school in Waukesha, Wisconsin.
If you look at the country as a whole, the risk is low.
The first time since COVID-19 took hold in China, there had been no new domestic even had a gun.
Hey, be cool, everybody. Everybody be cool. 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 Be cool, everybody. Everybody be cool.
Awake and the sun is up, sipping on the juice that's in my cup, watching how the news is shaping up. It's going down. COVID-19 is real, numbers rising, what's the deal? Somebody tell me what to feel. Can we try to just be cool, everybody? Everybody be cool. Be cool, everybody. Everybody be cool. Everybody now. Everybody be cool. Be cool, everybody. Everybody be just try. Be cool, everybody. Everybody be cool. Everybody be cool. Cool. Rising tension flares, toting guns in everywhere. Looking down at my arm and standing hairs. They're human demons. Whoa, police can you handle it? The whole world's watching scandalous. Another leader shot was this legit. Keep your head on a swivel. Be cool, everybody. Everybody be cool. Be cool, everybody. Everybody can we just try? Everybody be cool. Be cool, everybody. Everybody be cool. Everybody, yeah. Be cool, everybody. Everybody be. Can you get down with this? Be cool, everybody. Everybody be cool. Cool.
must be clear. No one, not even the president, is above the law.
Everyone must work together at every level of government.
Scientists say climate change consequences are already happening.
Half of Americans living on the streets are in California.
Authorities say the student then pulled the gun on them.
Gilbert K, Castillo, Ganger, Sadler, Watson, Howell Shaw Jr., Hernandez, Stone, Scaletos, Tevis, Willa Ford. Heroes emerge when you need him, need her. Looking in the eyes of the Grim Reaper. Thank you, student, thank you, teacher. We got to learn to be cool. Everybody be cool. Be cool, everybody. Everybody be cool. Be cool, everybody be cool. Be cool, everybody. Everybody be cool. Can we just try? Everybody be cool. Be cool, everybody. Everybody be cool. Be cool, everybody. Everybody be cool. Be cool, everybody. Everybody be cool. Otis, can you handle it? The whole thing just seems dangerous. Just handle it. Climate change is everywhere. Eyes up on your own affairs. Can you handle it? Climate change is everywhere. Eyes up on your own affairs. Everybody be cool. Everybody be cool. Climate change is everywhere. Eyes up on your own affairs. Climate change is everywhere. Eyes up on your own affairs.
So, who's the voice? Be cool. The female.
Which one?
I'm curious.
Oh man!
In the chorus.
You really want to know?
Can I take a guess? Maybe.
Take a guess.
Is it your wife?
She may hear you. Yes, it's my wife.
And I've never heard her voice, and I've never met her, and I just had this intuition. I said, I wonder, because you guys are working in a year where people are a little paranoid of being close to each other. You shot this video. How long did it take to shoot this video and put it together?
The video I actually did up in Hayward, Wisconsin, where I'm actually going to be might be performing there for Memorial Day.
Wow!
But it took about it was a day's shoot, let's say a little more than a half day's shoot.
The raw footage.
Yeah, you try to catch the sun, and then you you want to do things. But yeah, we were mainly in an area. Hayward, Wisconsin is considered a tourist area, so we have a friend up there. He's a photographer. I showed him in the video. Nets Photography, and he said, come on up, we'll shoot the video. I got the locations, I got the spot, I can do this and that. I said, I'm there. So
it's a lot of work, and then you got the post-production aspect, which takes probably longer than the shooting, right?
Yes, especially when you're doing things like green screen and stuff. It takes a little time to get it right, but
sure.
It's about the message. I wanted to say these are the things that are happening in our country and in the world. And I think I told you this before. So, in the third verse, it started with naming some of the people that have, had tragic endings, either, in a heroic effort or, just, being taken out for no reason at all. And then the song wrote itself. So basically it wrote itself backwards from the third verse. And it was so easy to do, but it was such a chaotic year, right? Last year.
It was.
And,
it was.
We hope we get this thing under control, man, because we need music. And when I drove across country, what got me, what held me for 16 hours, 1,600 miles? I mean, music, man, music.
Right. Well, we can't live.
Awake.
We can't go a day without music, especially people are listening in. Getting a report, by the way, out of France from Wolf Entertainment, giving us a thumbs up on the quality of the stream and the.
All right.
He says looks and sounds great, and we're sharing that with the viewing audience because you know what, we live in a technical world that's not always perfect, and we all experience not only a chaotic last year, but we had a chaotic Saturday.
Yeah, man.
Last time we went live. So anyway, this is refreshing, and we will open up for Q&A a little later. So for those of you listening in on Facebook, not necessarily coming in to the YouTube channel in the chat, hey, by all means, click the YouTube link. Come on in, because you'll get a chance to interact with the man, OneGunn. You can ask him those kind of questions you always wanted to ask him. So let's go back to your days with iconic Prince, because you made a contribution to his mega hit, his #1 hit, Kiss. That was a #1 worldwide hit, and it held the top position on Billboard for 2 full weeks. So tell us about that.
Well, you know, Kiss came about when we were working on the MAZARATI album out in California, Sunset Sound. And Prince, we were in Studio B. Prince was in Studio A, so he would periodically come over and check on us. You know, we'd go check on him. And he brought a song into us, you know, called Kiss. And it was kind of like just a rough, him and an acoustic guitar, and it sounded country. So, you know, we worked on it as much as we could, and then, you know, a lot of people just gave up. And you know, in the end, the song almost didn't come alive. I don't know what Prince would have done if we hadn't, you know, attempted some kind of finish, but I initially sang the lead vocal on it, and that's probably what prompted him to replace it. And but we got the song to a point where, you know, people just didn't want to work on the song. Me, Tony, and David Z, the engineer, decided we had nothing else to do. We had the studio time. So we started doing things, you know, and one of the, you know, interesting things about it is Prince kept a lot of stuff. You know, he kept mine and my buddy's background vocals. He kept my keyboard parts.
Amazing.
Bobby Z created, to me, arpeggiation. I can't remember how he did it, but he did some kind of arpeggiation with the keyboards. And the next morning we came back, and we were in the lobby. Me and my friend Tony were playing the pinball machine, and we heard it on the radio, and we were like, man, did Prince steal this? Because it really sounds like something we just worked on. And
wow.
To put it bluntly, I mean, the three of us pretty much, I'm sure Prince himself, 4 of us, we worked on it till about 5 a.m. and we came back, we got like maybe 2 hours sleep, and we came back and it was done at like 7. And he said, only thing difference was, you know, he extended the song, finished it, put his lead vocal on, took it up an octave higher, and he said, how'd you like it? And we looked at him and said, cool.
That's unbelievable.
You know, what does that mean? Are you in MAZARATI now? He said no. He said no. I'm taking it back. So
wow.
Yeah. And
now,
I'm glad to this day that he did, because it #1 hit once again.
Yeah, big time. And there was something very peculiar on how the sound, how that song was recorded, and somewhat controversial with his recording label at the time or something. You were telling me. Do you want to share that? I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah. Well, initially the song had a bass on it, and I don't know for what reason, you know, just the creative genius working his machine, but Prince took the bass out, and from what I heard later that it almost didn't come out because Warner Brothers had a big issue of putting out a song with no bass. And when I said it to you a few days ago, you're like, man, it didn't have bass. I didn't notice that, because he did such a great production that
amazing,
the bass doesn't have to be there, you know. And it was I don't know, one of the few songs that I guess came out that didn't have any bass guitar in it. So I was shocked at that.
Because bass gives body to the music, gives rhythm. You know, after you told me that, I went to YouTube and I listened to the track again, and I just, like, I was more attentive now that you made me aware. It is fascinating what he pulled off, and it propelled it to #1. So how cool is that? So that was all your journey, I mean, to Minneapolis, moving there, connecting with Prince, totally divine intervention. I mean, it's like there was a sign in the universe telling you to
man,
do that,
you got to
right?
pay attention to the signs, Bobby. You know that now.
Well, that's it. And you wrote a song about that about a little over a year ago?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
I can say I wrote a song about it.
Well, tell us about that song, Signs, and then we'll play the official video, which is so well done, and it's such a great track. And so fill us in on the signs and the purpose and the message within that track.
Yeah, well, it was Signs came about by, first of all, I just kind of got away from music for a few years actually, and I just started seeing signs to get back into music. I was doing some little music projects when I was out here when I first got out here in Phoenix. I was acting, and I was also acting in independent films and also writing music for the films. And the signs just started telling me to get back into the music. And you say to yourself, well, man, I've done this, I've done that. Is it too late? And the sign said, no, as long as I'm still here, I'm able-bodied, I'm fortunate enough to have my feet and hands and voice, and decided to get back into it. And that song, once again, was initially, we tried an initiative of putting MAZARATI back together a couple times, or at least with a few members, and it just didn't work. But I wrote 2 tracks for MAZARATI, which was Signs, and another one on my CD, Over and Under the Wire, called It's On. And when the MAZARATI thing didn't happen, I'm like, hey, these are good songs. I'll just put them on my CD and my album, and went from there.
Beautiful. Well, let's play that track for the viewing audience and those watching the video archive. It is a great track. Enjoy that. We'll be right back in a few minutes.
I was thinking just today about the past and the path I had paved, and it was kicking. It seems like yesterday, but it feels so far away. I couldn't reach it, so I said to myself, you tried, yes you didn't, just can't quit it. I'm still alive, and now it's here again, it's here, and I'm gonna take it. Ooh, ooh. I know a place that we should be. People just like you and me. Signs, pay attention to the signs. Oh, yeah. Signs, pay attention to the signs. Ooh. Signs, pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to the signs. Signs, pay attention to the signs. Oh. I was living in the days, and now the clouds have passed away. I have a vision. Ooh. Now my mind is in the game, feeling like I can do anything. I'm on a mission. Then I thought to myself, so you tried, yes you didn't, just can't quit it.
That is such an amazing track, amazing video footage. This should be picked up as a soundtrack for a major film production because the video would back it up so beautifully.
Hey, talk to Wolf, man.
Yeah, Wolfman.
Talk to the Wolfman.
Yeah, we'll talk to him. But amazing, killer guitar. Who's playing guitar on that track?
That was Craig Screamer from MAZARATI.
Oh wow,
yeah.
Wow!
Amazing.
It just speaks to you. I
Yeah,
wanted to
man,
mention that to you in private call, but it's an amazing track.
Well, my nickname for him was the Screaming Demon.
Really? There you go.
Yeah, because you would have to see the guy perform, but he was amazing guitar player and performer.
Wow, very good. Now, we planted a seed at the beginning of that video. I did that. It's not part of the original video, but the vinyl record thing. Folks, there are no vinyl records yet.
Well, you know what I said? Put in the order.
Put in the order. We'll get you the vinyl, right?
How many should we print, Bobby? What do you think?
I don't know. Every time I talk to you, the numbers keep going up.
Yeah. Now it's 1,500.
That's how 50 went up. You got an extra order for 500 this afternoon. Cool.
Yeah, 1,500. That's all.
Vinyl is so popular again. It's coming back, resurgence. So why not? So, folks, you want the vinyl of the OneGunn music collection? Hey, go to his website, onegunn.com, and put in a request, and the numbers add up. Why not? Be very, very.
Send me a message. I'm here.
Yeah, for sure.
Here for you. Yeah,
for sure. So, you got a live event coming up on May the 8th, and and wow, that's like 2 days away. Major performance in Phoenix. Tell us how that came about.
Well, I can't take the credit. Wave of Love Festival is the creation of Wolf Entertainment's Helmut Wolf, leader, and my label as well. And he initially was going to do, his plan was to do a Wave of Love Festival. It was supposed to be, actually, I think he was thinking about doing it last year, but COVID hit. So it was going to happen on Saturday. And the Wave of Love is about, he's got so many different artists around the world on the label. So, you're talking Africa, Malaysia, Argentina, Europe, France, where he's got people all over the world. And so he was going to try to do a Wave of Love music festival so that it hits every country right around performance time. Well, because of COVID, I know that he mentioned Malaysia and even France got shut down. And unfortunately, it just kind of, it's like you're trying to synchronize this around the world, and now you're taking out pieces and pockets of the time frame, and it just doesn't work. So that's why my show Saturday is a Wave of Love special performance. The real deal, or we'll just say the real deal, is going down September 18th. But I decided to move on, and because I'm excited to get back out, Bobby, I said, hey, Wolf, I'm going to, perform. He's like, okay, go ahead, But I think I'm the only artist that's still doing it on the 8th, but I'm just too anxious to get back. I didn't want to stop it. And also, this is the ball I'm starting to get rolling here. I want to, I'm booking performances for the summer and fall. And it just, it's, the music needs to be back out there, and people are slowly opening up. Now, if you're coming to the show this Saturday at Cactus Jack's Live Music in Phoenix, Arizona, just want you to know that the dance floor is open. In Phoenix, we're kind of like our own country out here. So, we've still got the COVID protocol, but the dance floors are open. People, when you come out, please be safe, wear your mask, and be respectful of other people. But you have the option to dance. And, of course, I don't want to be on stage dancing by myself. So, please come out and dance with OneGunn.
Beautiful. Live.onegunn.com. I was flashing prematurely your band member, so you might as well, while we're on it, I got a little excited here because I'm going to be there. Tell us about the people accompanying you on May the 8th, this Saturday.
Well, when the one guy that's missing, I'll start with him, is Ace Mack, the bass player. He's my mainstay. Since I started doing this solo stuff, man, he's just been there consistently every time. So what's funny is I've got 2 guys out of Minneapolis and I got 2 guys out of Phoenix. So if you're looking at Jonathan Nielsen, guitar player out of Minneapolis, Ira King, the drummer, he actually plays for Sister Sledge, and Dan Satterberg, the keyboard player, just a guy I've known for a long time. He was actually in the second version of Maserati after I left, and we never had a chance to play together. Well, this is our first time being on stage together, Bobby. He's a artist in his own right, a solo entertainer, and I really had to push him to do this show. Plus, same thing, COVID shut down a lot of his entertainment, so he had the opening to come do the show. And these guys are all just amazing in their own right. I'm graced to be sharing the stage with them and fortunate enough to have them.
Beautiful, beautiful. So it's going to rock and roll there on the 8th. And again, I'm going to put the Cactus, let me see, the Cactus Jack live music. And to get the link for the live tickets, if you're in the Phoenix area, or online, is live.onegunn.com.
No excuses. No excuses now.
Well, the price is right. I couldn't believe what you did for the music lovers for that event. It's like go to live.onegunn.com. You guys, I mean, you can't even buy a hamburger and a Coke for that price, and you can be live. It's the truth. It's amazing.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Wow.
You got it.
So I want to go back to, you go back to iconic Prince and the track Kiss, because that was at the top of the chart. It won a Grammy Award, didn't it?
Yes, yes. Now, here's
There's
the
a whole
catch,
story behind that, right? Yeah, where's the catch?
Outside of promoting the Be Cool Nation, which I'll have the mask for sale at the show, and I'll have an online merchandise shop being reset up real soon. But I mean, thinking about the world today, man, you got to do something to motivate people. That's my whole goal. I mean, whatever I talk about here, I'm talking about music that motivates people. That gets you
exactly. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. And then I know the track got a Grammy, and you were sharing that the other day that FedEx forgot to deliver the Grammy, right? Forgot to deliver.
I've been in contact with the Grammys. I'm trying to get the right contact, but I'm still waiting for my Grammy. Okay.
Well,
people have it, and this may be the beginning of the Grammy movement for OneGunn. I mean, come on, guys.
Let's go. Let's cheer it on. I mean, you got it.
I've got a Grammy
FedEx.
watch. Now,
you got a Grammy watch.
But I want the Grammy on my, mantle.
On your mantle.
I want to be able to look at it.
We'll do something about it right now. Take a look at your video shot and, tell me if that works for you, my friend. Hang on. Let me make a little adjustment. There we go. We got you your Grammy tonight.
I'd like to thank Prince for keeping me on the record, and I want to thank Maserati for getting me out to LA to work on the album, and everyone that's involved. To be honest, this is probably, outside of anything I've done, it's the hardest I've ever worked on the song, and I'm talking, 8 p.m. Now this is one day. Now most of us, some of us do songs in a couple days, weeks, months.
Yeah.
One day he brought the song in, acoustic version. We didn't even leave the studio. It was acoustic on the guitar, and we just worked it all day. We're probably there from sun up to sundown, and I'm still amazed at how we left for only 2 hours and he had it finished. But at the same time, that's Prince. He's got the Midas touch. So
he's got the focus, and he had the passion and the dedication.
Yeah.
So
and I will be performing. I always try to do a performance every year in his honor. Last year was shut down, but I'll be out here with one of the local groups I worked with for his birthday, and we'll be paying tribute to the amazing and late Prince.
Wow. And what is the projected date on that?
I believe that's going to be June 5th.
Wow,
So,
that's
yeah,
just around the
I'll
corner.
let people know. Yeah.
How cool. Are you potentially going to stream that too?
Well, I always get invited by another band to do it, so I don't have to create the whole production myself. So I go up and do a couple songs, and if they decide to stream it, that's going to be on them.
Well, nudge them. We want to watch from Brazil, and I'm sure everyone else wants to watch from across the world. But that's a lot of fun. All right, well, let's wrap it up by talking again about the May 8th event, and also because you're putting a nice little package there. It's a very special weekend. So tell us about the bonuses that you're throwing in for May 8th for the concert.
Well, it took a while to realize that, this is Mother's Day weekend. My head was so down in getting this done that I don't think Wolf could have done it any better. So May 8th, Sunday is Mother's Day. So what I did on my, when you go to live.onegunn.com to purchase tickets, for people that purchase at least 2 tickets, I'm giving away 10 of my MP3s for free. I'm not going to tell you what they are. There's some random MP3s, and I'll give you 10 of them. You got to request them, though. You can't just buy a ticket and I don't know what's going on. So let me know once you get the tickets, and we will definitely pay homage to Mother's Day on Saturday, kind of a pre-Mother's Day thing. And I think we're going to have fun. When you come out, what will you expect? Well, you saw a little bit in the promo that I did, but I like to entertain. I'm R&B, I'm funk, I'm rock. Milwaukee and Minneapolis put together, and it's going to be a fun show. And the best part about it is people can dance. Let's dance without getting COVID.
Yeah, the restrictions have been lifted in Phoenix. Thank God for that. So what fun. Yeah. And so what we'll do is we'll close out the show with your track, Personality, and we'll give credit where credit is due. And we're going to come back after the credits are done to take any questions that people may have. And I see Ed videos is still in chat. Some of you in Facebook. We're not going to monitor the chat in Facebook, but you have to come on the YouTube channel and chat there. But chat while the music is playing, because there's a bit of a delay, and we want to captivate the questions, and I'll moderate it, and OneGunn will answer your questions. So we'll be back, let me see now. In about 4.5 minutes, maybe sooner. So enjoy the track and stick around. All right, here we go.
A pretty face, should never see you frown, because my life was so incomplete until you knowingly intentionally put it on me. Okay, so fancy is my car, you can drive it, baby, just don't take it far, till I get to know you, girl, and that's the truth. I got juice, I can't lose, in fact I don't abuse. Let me take another look at what I see. I think I'm digging your personality. If you really personal and start up, it's a romance. Start up, it's a romance. I'm digging your personality. I speak my mind.
All right, Bobby D here. We're back. We're going to have a Q&A. If you guys care to send your questions in chat, we'll monitor them. And they are a bit delayed, so I'm going to see what's going on there. But how exciting. Technology held up tonight.
Perfect. We hardly worked on it, right?
We were in sync. Yeah,
Just
the operator at the beginning was a little off balance, but we'll fix that. But overall,
Bobby,
thank you.
what time is it there, man? You're up late.
It's 1:11. Whoa, that's a magical number, 1:11.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's what, 8, 10, 11 for you? No, 9:11?
Mhm. Somewhere around there. Yep.
Somewhere around there. Who's
Yeah,
looking at the clock?
9/11. Oh, 9/11.
9:11. No, we don't want that number.
I don't like that number.
All right. So I'm monitoring the chat, but I'm going to go on my laptop because I'm not sure if I can see the chat. Hang on a minute. So if no questions, people are shy. Hey, OneGunn's not going to bite you. Oh, I see what's going on. The stream is late. You know, people are receiving the stream. The conclusion's not over yet, and we're broadcasting, they're receiving, so there's a bit of a lag of about a minute or so. So that's the way she rolls. But great to do this with you, OneGunn. Thank you for the opportunity, and I can't wait for the event on Saturday, and I'm going to put that back on the screen. And,
Me too, man.
Yeah, it should be fun. Cactus Jack, live music in Phoenix, Arizona, and that begins at 8:30 Pacific time, correct? Until about 11?
Yeah, Phoenix is strange. We're on Mountain Time, but it's Pacific Time.
It's Pacific time this time of year, right? So tickets, live.onegunn.com. Go to that link. The venue, you were telling me, is nearly sold out, but the online ticket is nearly, I wouldn't say unlimited, but certainly there's a lot more seats online than there are in the venue. So that should be fun. But I wanted to know something. We're going to add some extra questions here. You know, first of all, why you have a history with this club? You've been there before. You've played. You performed there before. Or is this the first time?
You know, I've been there before, and it's just such a cool little club. I mean, they bring in all kinds of acts. You know, it's you know, basically when you know, sometimes when you're touring, you have your major performances on like a Friday or Saturday, but what are you going to do during the week? And that's the type of club that can bring in an artist that, you know, they're kind of in between, or their shows are all on the weekend. Well, they have artists all the time, you know, as far as I know, Monday through Saturday, maybe even Sunday. And it's just a cool little spot, cool stage, very convenient location. And I know the owner, so she's fortunate, you know, was nice enough, I should say, to, when I said I want to do this show on May 8th and told her what it's about, she said, hey, bring it in. Her name is Gina. Bring it in. I'll help you promote it. Let's get some asses in seats.
Yes.
And my whole thing is the performance is going to be great, but you got to remember, we're spreading a wave of love around the world, you know, and I did a song, you know, like you showed, called Be Cool Everybody. And the theme is, you know, we don't have to roll over and let people walk on you. But, you know, when things go bad and you have feelings about certain things, express them in the right way. You know, you don't have to damage things or hurt anyone. But, you know, me, myself, you know, I got to Minneapolis the day before. When I drove last summer, I got there the day before George Floyd was murdered. So it was pretty chaotic. I've never seen Minneapolis like that. It still has not recovered. You know, we just had another incident, and it's, you know, people are damaging things, you know, for I don't know what purposes there are, but I went to peaceful protests. You know, you don't see these on the news. You know, I went to a couple peaceful protests. Native Americans were dancing. I mean, it was amazing. People were speaking, thousands and thousands of people. Nobody getting hurt. You know, the National Guard were there, but nobody getting hurt. Everybody calm. And then at nighttime, it's just like, you know, change of scenery. I mean, flip the switch. So be cool, everybody.
Be cool, everybody. We have questions and comments that are coming in. So beautiful. I kind of figured because of the lag. One of the comments from Ed Videos. I love the song Signs. Great voice. And she or he, I'm not sure, Ed Videos. What instruments do you play?
My main instrument I carry with me all the time. So I consider that my vocals, but I played piano with Maserati, so I'm a pianist. What people don't know is I became OneGunn. Here's the story behind it. As an artist and writing in the studio, you're always waiting for musicians, to come in. So I write a track. If I'm not a singer, I'm trying to get a singer in. I got to work on their schedule. I'm trying to get a guitar player, a bass player. Eventually, I just started learning to play all the instruments, and I got that really from Prince. So, learning to play the guitar, learning to play the bass, and, being able to produce and write. Next thing you know, I was a one-man band in the studio, and thus I became OneGunn, doing all the work.
That's it. All right. Well, you gave us a nice nugget there. Thank you, Ed Videos, for that question. We do have a question from our buddy Wolf, Helmut Wolf Entertainment, the director of. He wants to know, are you coming to Europe? Wolf is putting on the spot. Isn't that his job?
Talk about that.
That's right.
Before COVID happened in 2019,
right.
Me and my wife she wanted to spend a birthday in Africa. We never had been there. So what we did was to shorten up the trip. We did I'm trying to think,
safari?
Man. We did a safari.
Yeah.
But we stopped in Amsterdam first.
Oh, you went to Amsterdam.
Because it would have been like 20 hours or so. So we stopped in Amsterdam.
That's a long haul.
And then we went to Tanzania, Africa, spent her birthday on the island of Zanzibar. But I had a buddy in Germany at the time who he has a military, his background is military, and he was wanting me to come over to Germany when we came back from Africa. And I thought, well, why don't I shoot up to France and see Wolf at the same time? But by the time I got done, and we went to Africa, we hiked Kilimanjaro, we did a safari. So I took, clothes for the mountains, took clothes for the beach, clothes for in between. We had backpack gear and all that. Bobby, we were in Africa with 5 suitcases.
My goodness.
I've still got dirt on one of my suitcases from the Serengeti. Okay, really? I'm not washing it off. But no. I'm dragging suitcases. We actually stayed in the Serengeti for 2 nights. I mean, I could literally hear, it would be a good throw, but a stone's throw away, lions were roaring the first night. And the next night were the hyenas.
Amazing.
Yeah. Wow. And this is just a mesh tent.
Yeah. Woof.
So I guess, Wolf was telling me he's going to get me over to France and Europe to perform. So, Wolf, is that true? Is that this year? Maybe I should come there for September 18th. You tell me.
Who knows? Yeah, he's playing in a nice venue there, outdoors. That'll be cool. Be fun.
Yeah. And people don't know. I mean, people do know, but Wolf is an amazing sax player too. So
he is
very energized entertainer.
Yeah, very diverse. But again, we're talking behind his back. Take your headset off, Wolfman. He's an amazing soul. I've known him for going on 10 years. Met him when we launched PromoteTheMusic.com, September 24th, 2011. And
wow,
we just hit it off, and he's been so supportive, and I try to support him as well as I can, but I must say he's supported my endeavors with Promote the Music. So he's a co-founder. I've positioned him as a co-founder. He's an amazing man. I haven't met him yet, and I look forward to that day. And you and I have not met yet, and I look forward to that day too. I'm going to wait for more questions to come in, but I have one for you that has nothing to do with music. Well, maybe it has something to do with music, but we all have pet peeves in life. What is yours? What's your greatest pet peeve?
Well, let me see. What can I say here that? Well, I guess one of my pet peeves are. I like to share with people. I don't like takers. I like to be a giver and a taker, and I like to reciprocate. So, I've had people in my past life that just seem to want to take and not give, and that's one of my main pet peeves. I'm always looking to meet new people, always looking to hang out, and let's just share the camaraderie of friendship. That's all I can say.
You bet. Well, it's always.
What about yours? Do you have any?
Oh God, yeah, I have a few. Well, I have the one that I did away with, and that's a long story, and I'll share some other time because the show's about you. But yeah, my greatest pet peeve, OneGunn, is when I go to a restaurant and the table is wobbly, and you have to stick a piece of sugar underneath or try to get a waiter to come and adjust it. They put the drink and it just spills over. It drives me absolutely bananas. So that's my greatest pet peeve. And anyways, yeah, so it's like.
That's like a Larry David moment. I don't know if you watch Larry David.
No, I don't. I don't watch television. So it's like, but I do watch videos on YouTube, watching yours lately. So very cool. All right. Well, hang on. We have, okay, so Wolf. I hear everything, Wolfman. His ears are buzzing. All right, he's asked if you got any new material, new songs coming up.
Yeah, I do actually. Just because everything that's happening, this song is taking me so long, but I used this song to enhance my let's say my engineering skills, which I am not. But once again, OneGunn. If I can't get it out or get the right mix, I try to do it myself. I've got a song coming out called Why. And when you listen to my music, I realize, because maybe this is why Wave of Love and I get along so well, because a lot of my songs are about love.
Yeah.
I write a lot about love, and I've got a song called Why coming out, basically talking about, you see somebody, male or female, and you're out and about and you want to talk to them. And sometimes it's just that natural connection. It's a universal, non-discriminate type of, feeling, right? We call it a feeling. And you look at this person, you want to talk to them, and you're like, well, you're up there, you're rapping, you're talking to them, and you're like, well, man, why don't we give this a try? I think it started out great, and why not? Let's move forward. So just to give you a brief, that's what Why is about. It's about how to approach someone, a little bit about how to approach and asking that magical question, why. And when you say that, sometimes, next thing you know, 20 years later,
there's power in the question. So do you have a scheduled tentative target launch release?
Well, I'm planning to get this done after this week. I've been putting so much into getting the show ready and rehearsals. Next week, I want to get this song knocked out. It's there, so I'm ready to just finish it, get my one of my favorite guys to master it, and put it out.
Beautiful. And will there be another awesome video?
Oh yeah, I may be. Hayward. I did the video once again. I mentioned the video I did in Hayward, Wisconsin, and they've been. They did this big thing for me up there. They put me in the news. They said this artist from the Twin Cities, kind of enhancing, putting us in even more of a spotlight because it is a tourist town. So they're trying to get me up there for Memorial Day, if that's the right one, on end of this month. It's a tight window. Oof. But if I do go up there, I've got the same videographer up there, and this time I want to do a video that I'm performing with the band. A little bit of acting, a little bit of interaction here and there, but I'm doing a live performance, so this may be the time.
Yeah, great. I meant to bring that up after seeing your two videos. You've got some acting skills, obviously. You talked about that, but you've been trained many years ago. Is that correct?
As a child.
As a child, huh? Wow.
I was doing a little bit of theater as a child, and got away from it, but just like music, the acting bug stayed in me, and everything. I think it was a good thing that I moved to Phoenix because I just wanted to do things. I wanted to get back in music. I wanted to start acting again. So I got into a few independent films out here. I wrote some music for a couple of them. I was almost on a sketch comedy called LOL TV, but lost its finances. One day I'll maybe I'll get you a copy of the CD and you can see me. It was basically like a Saturday Night Live.
Oh, really? Huh? How cool.
Yeah, I was one of the characters, and also wrote the theme song for it. But it lost funding. But I'm signed with Danny's agency. I've done a few commercials here and there, and yeah, when the opportunity comes up, I'm ready. I stay ready.
Yeah. Well, I picked up on the fact that you had been trained through the video signs, because the way you work the camera and the exit. I mean, that's a skill. Not everybody can work the camera the way you did. We have a question coming in from Revolution 86, and someone from your past here, I guess. He says, "Hey, OneGunn, big fan of yours from the Maserati days. Love your music now too. Question: do you keep in touch with Sir Casey Terry and the rest of the fellas from Maserati? And do you still have the threads?"
Well, let's go back to this. Remember, I talked about the we stripped
down
to our underwear when we got
Yeah,
inside?
let me open
Can you
this
see
up.
This picture?
Bring it tighter. Yeah, beautiful, perfect. Yes,
see that?
yes. Oh, we can see that. There's
Okay.
no threads there.
That's Craig Screamer, and right next to him is Terry Casey. Now, Terry Casey and I, man, we first of all, Scorpion buddies. You know, both Scorpios, but we had such a good time together. We tried when I did an attempt to get Maserati back together and tried to get everybody on board to work with it. And the initial attempt was to try to get as many members as I could, but it ended up being myself, Terry, Screamer, and Tony Christian. And once again, you know, it just didn't work out. But you know, I'm in some contact with Tony, and when I did that promo, that was actually in Minneapolis. I tried to get Screamer on board, but he just wasn't available. But yeah, everybody just kind of fell off doing their own thing. But I can confidently and enjoy saying this, that I'm probably the last person that got the most members of Maserati together, because on signs you've got Screamer playing guitar, you've got Tony on guitar and vocals, and Romeo, the bass player, actually played bass on that. So 4 out of 7 ain't bad.
Ain't bad. And they're all alive?
Yes.
You could have a reunion. Speaking of that, well, I think you'll get your attention, because I need to share something that Helmut Wolf told me about when a year ago, when he told me about Wave of Love Festival. And I said, is this only going to be a one-time thing, or is it? No, he says, I got a big vision. Let me show you the big vision, guys, and maybe you can send that to the boys and say, let's do a reunion. Now we're going to get through the first Wave of Love, but show up when it looks like this, you know. Woo. And we'll make it happen, right? So Helmut, you like this? Yeah, that's the way. That's the way to do things, right? That's the way to do it. Planning the vision.
If I was outside, Saturday would look like that.
Wow. If you were outside.
Also, you mentioning that there, the Wave of Love Festival.com, is that where you can get T-shirts?
Oh, that's right. Let's put it. There are beautiful T-shirt, black T-shirt with the logo you see there at waveoflovefestival.com. And there's a link at the top right. I forget what the link is titled, but definitely, for sure, nice T-shirts. I'm still waiting for the FedEx man to deliver mine.
You, both of us.
Oh, really?
Can we get a couple T-shirts?
Maybe they'll send me the Grammy that you've been waiting for. You'll get the T-shirt. I don't know how that will go, but
if they send it to you, just send me a picture, okay? I just want to see.
That's right. You just want to know that there's a picture.
I want to do.
It's in good hands, and we'll cover your back. All right?
Yes, please.
What fun. Hey, we've been going for about an hour, 15 minutes. Yeah. Unless I see other questions, do you have any parting words? You comments? You want to wrap it up, and then you and I will chat. Well, after your event, you're in rehearsal, I presume, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The next few days?
Yep. Rehearsing the next couple days, but be on the lookout for my latest single, Why. And I'm picking up some shows and performances here and there, negotiating some things. So I hope to come to your state, your city, sometime soon. I think things are musically rolling again, and just as Wolf said in his promo of the Wave of Love Festival, one note at a time. You can't rush perfection, guys. So one note at a time, and let music heal you. That's all you got to do.
How beautiful. What a blast. Thank you.
Yeah.
And hopefully we do this again in the near future. And
thank you, Bobby. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. My pleasure. Thank you. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for your interaction, your questions, and we'll chat soon. And pass on the video archive. Get it out because let's get some tickets going. I mean, let's go back. This is where you get your tickets. Hang on a minute. live.onegunn.com.
One love, y'all.
Do it now. Ciao for now. It's a wrap.